What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. All right, so happy to have you guys all here for the 50th free option seminar. I started this a few months ago with the vision of helping as much people as I can for free. And I'm so happy that we are at 50 now. And what I'm gonna do right off the bat is I'm gonna go ahead and just retweet this. And why don't you guys let me know where you are tuning in from tonight? And I'm gonna throw some of you up on the stream live now. Come for candy. Let's go, guys. All right. So the first thing I want to start off actually is with SPY. And then I'm gonna look at a few of the picks from yesterday and then talk about some of the picks for tomorrow. Um, and then we'll get right into the fun and the games. All right, so what do we have? We have Vicent from Lufkin, Texas. My Addicted Life in California. D-Mar from so, oops, I feel like I'm lagging again, aren't I? So Sovutia from Cambodia, welcome. Nirmal from Oakland. Derek from Hong Kong, welcome, brother. Rudy from New York City. Danny from California. Juan from Long Beach. Joy Moore from DMV, and then one more. We have Ramon from Vancouver. Beautiful. All right. So here we are. We're here today. And I just wanted to start off with SPY. So as you guys know that I'm doing, the daily SPY room. So I'm going to show you guys a few things with SPY. And I think you're going to learn a lot. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight the previous days, high and low. And then we're going to talk about the trades that I took today. Boom. Jonathan right here with the 10. Rich, I've been a winner on 4 straight trading days with your alerts. Have yet to lose on SPY. Thanks for all the training, the tools, and support. Sticking closer to Delta 0.05 plus on option strikes. Yes, brother. I see you a lot in there, Jonathan. Man, I'm really proud of the work that you've been doing. I know we've been doing really well in the SPY room lately. And thanks, man. Thanks for all the support. And I just hope we keep going at this rate. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to actually hit the market replay so we can watch this together. We can discuss. So right after the open, the 5-minute bar was this previous day's low retest. So I actually entered short right off the bat with this trigger. Guys, why don't you hit me with a 1 real quick if you're hearing me okay? You guys know I've been dealing with some bad connectivity when I'm working when I'm streaming from this hotel, but I'm gonna be leaving soon, so we're gonna get the good quality back. But okay, so we're okay. Okay, good. So the first thing that I did right here, guys, I actually entered short. This was a part of the trigger plan. So we shorted right around here, guys, and we had that a stop pretty much above the closing bar. So this was the first play that we were on, and this one was basically gap fill retest, right? And we were looking for a push down, but that didn't happen. Instead, what we had was this double bottom. So I'm just gonna walk you guys through. I'm just gonna walk you through Discord and just explain to you guys what happened here. So sometimes what I'm trying to say here is it's okay to be in a short and long position, and I'll explain to you how you do that, because some of you might think, well, I can only be long, I can only be short, but I'm going to show you guys how you can kind of hedge yourself so that way you're always protected. And if you cut your losses on one side, like, so let's say in this case I was wrong on the short, but I was able to and I was able to let my long play run, then I'm still going to end up with a profit. So I'm going to explain to you guys that as well. But let me get to the beginning here. As you can see, we do a lot of talking in here, and it's a good time. All right. So from the beginning right here, we started off with 940 here. So SPY 5-minute inside bar. So that's pretty much the first fractal alert. That's the topic of this video, fractal trades. So I wrote here, I'm in the trigger, and here's an inside bar setup. And then you can see later on, we hit the targets on the inside bar. But essentially, I got in short on the trigger, and then this 5-minute inside bar came right here. So I'm short right now, but to hedge my position, I actually gonna take calls. So some people might be like, well, how can you be long and short at the same time? So you can do that through options, right? You can have calls and puts at the same time, right? And you treat them separately. In this case, um, I was short with the shares, so I had the ability to take the calls for the long side. So this is my setup for the short, and then for the long right here, all we have to do, guys, is take that break of that inside bar. So now you can see we have two trades on simultaneously. We have the short and the long. So here we go. So how does this play out? Boom. So immediately I got stopped out on the short, which is fine. So you can see right here, I risked about $500 on this short position. So I lost 500 bucks right off the bat. But on the call play, on the long play, I'm also risking 500. And then check this one out. Okay? Boom. Look at that. So at the very peak, we were able to get to almost 7 times our money, right? So that easily paid for any loss to the downside. And honestly speaking, after that, I was done. I was done. I could have played this breakout here, this false breakout. I could have played it, but having a big winner like this, you see, when you have a vertical run, you see all these bars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this is a 10-bar push vertically. If you catch something like that, you really need to be done for the day, because it's very rare to catch that. And to stay in this trade, all you have to pretty much do, guys, is just trail the low of the 5-minute bar. If you notice, the low of the 5-minute bar does not break until we get up here. So you pretty much get to ride the full position. That's how to take both sides. Fractal trade, pretty straightforward. Just taking the inside bar break there. We have the alerts to guide us, and it was a really, really nice and clean trade. And that's why I like trading those fractals right off the open. If I can get fractal bars off the open, those inside bars, those holy grails, nirvana, outside bars, if I can get those, within the first 15, 20 minutes, those are normally very powerful. All right. So now I want to show you guys something really important. It's about the 10% Fibonacci extension, one that I've been talking to you guys about a lot. And I'm going to show you guys why it's so important to me. But before we get into that, hit me with the 3 if you're following along. If you guys understood. So we had the trigger for the short right here. So I was already in the short basically within the first 2 minutes of the open. Had to cover that right here. Had to cover that with a stop loss, but was able to get that inside bar to the upside for a big, 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 big home run. And that was it. But as you guys know, there's always going to be, endless opportunities. And I just wanted to show you guys about the Fibonacci projections. So for the Fibonacci projection, guys, as you know, right? You guys that have the drill down book, you know what we do. We take the previous day's low and the high and we project it. All right. And this right here, this purple line is called the 10% extension. So the 10% extension is not a Fibonacci, but it's something that I've created over time because I've seen that a lot of times when it's a false breakout, if it's going to be really powerful, it's going to come, it's going to tag that 10% off the bat, and that's going to be it. Because these are the most dangerous false breakouts. These are the most dangerous because you barely break, you break it by 10%. So obviously you're trapping all of the cup buyers. You're trapping all, like a professional trader. A professional trader is going to play long from the lows. You have your inside bar setup, you have support, whatever. You're going to play from the lows. But a rookie is going to get FOMO, and they're going to look on social media and they're going to be like, oh, the previous day's high is breaking, it's breaking out, SPY is up like X amount of percentage, now I'm going to get in. And this trade, guys, is probably one of the most devastating trades that I've seen in a stock market. So please get the pen and the pad out and go to your book on the page, the Fibonacci section, and just make sure you make a note about this 10%. Make sure you don't have to like blindly take the 10%, but what you can do is you can look for the patterns at the 10%. So in this case here, guys, if we just look at this chart very closely, we had a few good patterns at the 10%. We had an inside bar at the 10%, and we also had this double top. Okay, look at this. We actually tested the 10% twice, once, twice, and then we rolled over again. So let me also show you just a small micro Fibonacci. If we take it from the swing high and bring it down to the swing low like this, you could also see that when we retested the 10% again, we also hit this 90. So the 90% is something new I'm working on. I'm not going to talk much about it, but yeah, that's something else that I'm working on. I have a lot of things that I'm working on. Yeah. So there we go, guys. So I just wanted to show you, and also if you're on the other side, you need to be taking profits on those levels. You need to be taking profits, and I probably could have left. So I also had a order to go long around here. I probably could have left that order in to go long here, and I would have made money on this push up too. But I canceled my order. So that's something that I'm taking notes to as well. Potentially, I could leave my triggers on throughout the day, and then even though I lost on this one, I will on this one. So maybe that's something that I do moving forward, but I'm going to still test it out to be sure. All right. So hit me with a 5 if you guys are following along with SPY, if you understand. The other time frame that I'm very keen on focusing on is the 15-minute chart. And the 15-minute chart today was very simple and very beautiful. So I'm just going to walk you guys here through the 15. The 15 is also something that I play. We had right off the bat, we had this double inside bar on the 15. So this one I was expecting to go for a little bit more, but you can still see we got a good scalp on it. This is more than 1-to-1. But the big home run play was this inside bar right at the top of the previous day's high, right? So we had that 15-minute inside bar, double top at the previous day's high, and look how much this one paid. Just exceptionally. Check this out. So just taking it by bar by bar, taking the short on that. This one into the close, guys, that's 8 times your money. So I can't even imagine what the puts went for there. Like I can't even imagine it. Must have been insane. I didn't take it. I probably should have. I don't know. I just like to, if I have a few good trades early on, I pretty much like to walk away. But I mean, this type of opportunity, it hurts when you look back at it, doesn't it, guys? It definitely hurts. Like I feel like I missed a lot. I missed out a lot. Even I get FOMO when I look at these, but you got to make a sacrifice between having FOMO and having peace of mind because you're not going to be able to trade 24 hours a day. All right. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to go into the other trades. So the other picks that we had. And then I'm going to talk about swing. I'm going to talk about a few other things. So the other pick that we had right off the bat was AMD. So AMD, if I go to the daily chart, we could see that we had that inside bar close on Friday. So basically coming down on the 5-minute, and I'm looking for some cheap option premiums. I'm looking for an ability to drill down and look for an opportunity. So I'm going to go pretty quickly through this because we have, quite a bit to get through. But right off the bat, guys, opening range breakout was the king today. Boom. Jonathan, again, my brother, with the $2 stick to your trading plan, no regrets. Exactly. 100% agree. So we have that first 5-minute bar right there, taking the break above, pretty clean. Also, what I like about AMD was at the top of the range, we got that inside bar. So let me just make sure that that came through on the alerts. Boom. Where today, so AMD inside bar right there at 10:30. So we had that at the top of the range, and it's pretty much the same thing, right? If you look at the previous day, so this is Friday. So if I draw the high from Friday, you could see we're pretty much coming up against the high. So we had that inside bar, which gives you a good risk to reward opportunity. And all you got to do right there is take whichever side of the bar breaks. And in this case, the low of this bar breaks. You see that? The low of the bar breaks. We break, boom, boom, beautiful, beautiful into the close. And I could see here a bunch of Fibonacci legs that go into the close. If I go from high to low right here, you can see this, right? So we can look at this Fibonacci leg together. This push down, pull back to the 50 and the 618. Okay, this is then, check this out. At the 50, if we zoom in, we have the Trading Orders Nirvana pattern right there. Right at the 50, we have the Nirvana pattern. And then from there, it's just pretty much a rug pull at that point. Yeah, so pretty much with the inside bars, not really trying to pick a direction, but letting the candlesticks tell you what to do, whichever side it breaks, is the simplest way to trade it. You can have a bias. You could pick directional basis if you want, but you definitely don't have to. All right. So hit me with an 8 if you're okay with AMD. I think the fractal bars are great opportunities because they give you a straightforward way to trade. You get the fractal setup, you take the break above or below. It's a very you risk one bar, so it's a very low risk from that perspective. You risk one bar. If the bar doesn't work out, you just cut your losses. So I mean, I think it's pretty much, that's as easy as it can get because you don't have to put any judgment into it. You don't have to think about, well, what about, are the Bulls winning? Are the Bears winning? Et cetera, et cetera. You don't really have to think about that. You just let the price action dictate where it wants to go. All right. Next one, Neo. So Neo, another little beauty right off of the open, we had this Holy Grail. So this is another fractal trade, which paid. So just taking that break above that inside bar on the fractal right there, that's easy 1.5, 2 times your money right there. And then we set up a few inside bars near the highs. This was very choppy on Neo. And the way that Neo works is usually has some big pushes and then a lot of chop. So playing that first fractal off the open was the easiest, cleanest way to make some gains. Otherwise than that, you could tell that today was a very rare day. Normally you don't put in a huge push up and then take it all out by the end of the day. That usually doesn't happen. So very important day, and I'm actually going to talk to you about some other setups that I saw. But let's continue here. So Moderna, so if I look at Moderna again, first 5-minute bar, opening range breakout. And then from there, this one actually had some great Fibonacci action. If I take it from low to high, you could see right there, we came into the 618, put in a little doji. That was a nice push there. And then if I take the Fibonacci from the high to the low, right? All of these concepts, guys, I talk about all the time in my book. If I take it from the high to the low, look at this, 786 rejection. And that's what we call the opposing Fibonacci leg. Last one, Twitter. So Twitter was definitely very difficult to trade. I just consider this one a loser all around. Orb kind of sucked. This inside bar worked pretty well, but it did put in a lot of heat. You could see it came back down after that push up. And then otherwise in that, the chart was pretty ugly. Um, so I would say that was the hardest. AMD, clean opening range breakout. Neo, Holy Grail. Moderna, that fib, and then Twitter, just a mess. So, not always gonna get all of them. That's totally fine. All right. So the next thing I wanted to do was talk about some swing trades. So SPY put in a very important day for me today. If I look at the daily chart for SPY, we can see that we are putting in an outside bar. So this bar, guys, is very, very important. It's very, very important. It's if you look at the last time we had an outside bar, we had a big push down, another one big push down, another one a little bit of chop, another one a big push down, another one big push down. So these outside bars on the daily chart for SPY generally have some type of big move. And it makes sense, right? Because if you look at what actually happened today, we had a big push up. We faked out breakout buyers, and then we sold off extremely hard with the rug pull. So I actually have a swing trade set up in the spy room. I have a swing trade set up for this outside bar. I'm gonna play this as a significant swing trade. And I also have my triggers and everything else ready to go. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. A lot of names, even Microsoft, look, Microsoft here and Apple, these are the picks for tomorrow. You can see they've put in a very, very powerful outside bar. So I just want to bring that to your attention, guys, that it provides a good risk to reward opportunity. It's not always going to be 100% accurate, obviously, but it's worth a shot. And then I also have another one here, Boeing, right? It's worth a shot to play that bar and risk that bar. Okay. So that is the swing that I have ready to go for tomorrow. I also wanted to bring to your attention the October swing trades. So we actually entered Under Armour short today and we hit the partial target already. So I will show you guys that. So we talked about swing trade yesterday. But if I go to Under Armour on the weekly, so this is how we entered this trade right here. So I'll go to the weekly. So you see we had this inside bar right here. Let me actually hit auto. So we had this inside bar. So we just took a trigger. We took a trigger on Under Armour, just got it in right there. Partial targets are here. And now we have more room. We have potentially have more room to the downside. We've already hit that partial target, which is a good sign. Yeah. So there we go. So that's the swing trade. I've updated my orders on AMD, DraftKings, Morgan Stanley, and KHC. I revised those orders for anyone that's playing the swings with me. And what else do we have? Yeah, that's it. So I just wanted to do that recap, talk to you about the swings, talk to you about the importance of that outside bar. I think it's going to be very, very critical. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So good day on SPY. Swing starting off to a good start. Let's see how it plays out. But otherwise than that, I just wanted to let you guys know to just keep an eye on this outside bar. I think it's going to be so important. I really, really do. I think there's going to be some type of conclusion to this in the next coming days. If it's to the downside, I think it's going to be very volatile. I think whichever way it goes, to the upside or to the downside, is going to be very, very volatile. All right. Yeah, it definitely closed in a bearish way, but it'll depend on how we open tomorrow. Generally, with an outside bar, we're probably going to open in the range first, but with the way that we close so violently, we might gap down tomorrow. There's potential for that also. So we'll see. But yeah, otherwise than that, guys, I want to thank you for your time. As always, you can find me here at tradingwars.com. I got my spy room, I got my stocks room. As you know, for my stocks now, so for all of my picks, guys, I'm adding full plans. So you can see today I put the sample trading plan for 1012. These are all of the stocks, the ones that I just I have over here. PLTR, KO, Apple, Microsoft, Boeing. I have full trading trigger plan ideas that people can use for those, and have the fractal alerts and everything like that. So there we go. Yeah, I guys, I know the audio is bad. I apologize. It will have it fixed this weekend. All right. So there we go. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you guys. Hang in there this week. Off to a good start on Monday. Let's keep it going. And we we pretty much have to just keep locking in where we can, keep protecting, move your stop loss up, etc., etc. All right. Thanks, guys. One more donation from brother here, Clark. Thanks, Rich. You're changing my trading. Thank you, brother, man. Appreciate you're always here, man. Welcome. I appreciate having you. All right. Good night.